Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And today we were going to review Supergirl Season 2, Episode 14, Homecoming. And I thought this was a great episode, guys. We open up in this week's episode with the relationship with Kara and Mon-el and how it's progressing along. And so, of course, with them being co-workers, going back to work at the DEO and being in a relationship is kind of going to be awkward for Kara because Kara is expressing that the last time she liked somebody in a relationship, there were too many people involved, too many opinions, and too many people telling her what she needed to do. So she wants Mon-el to keep their relationship under wraps to a point where they can tell everybody an appropriate time. And so Mon-el agrees to do that. And Mon-el really makes this show. Mon-el's really become one of my favorite characters. He just keeps everything interesting, you know. So Mon-el agrees to do, agrees with Kara that they will keep the relationship under wraps. They both arrive at the DEO to start work. And it doesn't even take 5 minutes before Mon-el's letting everybody know him and Kara is dating. And I just found that real funny. He just makes this big announcement like he can't even keep it a secret. And so of course John tells him, well, you guys got to go over to the HR department and apparently fill out sexual harassment forms and things like that, all these problems in associating with dating coworkers. So I just thought that was hilarious. We also got, in the next scene, a convoy of Cadmus trucks en route to someplace, and they're intercepted by Supergirl and the Martian Manhunter. And just a great scene. As I had said in earlier episodes, I really love the episodes where there's this team up with Kara and the Martian Manhunter working together. It looks really good when they work together. I really like those episodes. But also, the special effects in these TV shows. I mean, the lines have become very blurred between what we get in a low budget weekly serial like Supergirl and some of the stuff we get on the big screen. Now I'm not saying that they're the same, but I'm just saying it just shows how far along we've come with special effects, that these are very well done special effects for a low budget weekly serial, and I just thought that was awesome. I liked the scene how John was able to phase in and out of the Cadmus trucks, cause them to flip over, and we get a big surprise. We get being held captive inside one of these Cadmus trucks. Kara's father, and for some reason his name escapes me. Mr. Danvers. I'm just gonna call him Mr. Danvers. So they get this big reunion. Kara and Alex get their father back. They get this scene. And I really like the scene, too, when he's brought back to the DEO, their father. And, him and John have this conversation, about how he saved him when he was an alien and how he took on the form of Hank Henshaw and things like that. And I just really like those two coming back together, especially from the flashback scenes we got later. Oh, and I just recall his name. It is Jeremiah Danvers. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. It's on the top of my head, but so. Really great scene. I really like that. I really like that scene. And so we're getting, Supergirl and Alex and they want to have a big family dinner, and their mom is invited over. Everybody's invited. Alex and it's all the couples being invited to see all the girls and the important people in their lives. And John arrives, and so you have Cara, Mon-el, you have Maggie and Alex, you have John, and then we have Cara's mom, and I believe her name is Elijah Danvers. And so with Jeremiah being missing for so many years now, it's kind of a situation where everybody has to start to get to know each other again. And so she's wanting to Elijah is wanting to take time to get to know Jeremiah again. And so they have this dinner where everybody's talking about everything Jeremiah's missed out on and things like that. But what and this is another thing what I love about Mon-el. Mon-el really makes the show interesting. He's become my go-to guy in this in this show. He really has. And so Mon-el gets started with, hey, you was released. It was just so easy how we were able to you were able to get away, and or rather how easy it was for us to retrieve you and things like that. And so Mon-el's being very suspicious, and he's making the dinner very uncomfortable. He's basically accusing Jeremiah of working with Cadmus, and he's upsetting everybody. He upsets Alex really bad. Cara pulls him off to the side, and she's very upset with him. She's seemingly second guessing their relationship and things like that. But Mon-el's sticking to his guns. Mon-el is, as everybody's so emotionally charged and connected to Jeremiah, and it's just one of those situations where you just really want to believe, that. Things are okay. Mon-el's thinking rationally, and so Mon-el's looking at the situation as, this is just too easy. This is a setup, and nobody's seemingly able to consider it from Mon-el's point of view, because they're just so, they've been waiting so long to get Jeremiah back, and they just don't, want to believe that. So Mon-el was able to have this conversation with Wynn, kind of get Wynn on board to, hey, help me check things out on Jeremiah, because something's, just not right. And Wynn agrees to it. But interesting enough, during the dinner scene, I was going to go back to that scene where during that dinner scene, where everything gets so uncomfortable and everybody wants Mon-el to leave and go as he's ruined dinner, Jeremiah offers to escort Mon-el out. And so, very interesting scene here as Jeremiah escorts Mon-el's out. Mon-el's explaining to him, that, hey, I'm just trying to protect everybody. Surely you can understand the position I'm coming from and things like that. And, I'm kind of looking for Jeremiah to kind of, give him this admiration speech of, thank you for being so cautious and protecting my daughters and looking out for their best interests. But we don't get that. We get Jeremiah going, I know who you are, and basically Jeremiah's blackmailing Mon-el, and that's also very interesting, because when he goes, I know who you are, what exactly does that mean? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What information does he have on Mon-el? And we have some theories about what that could mean, and I think I have some very compelling evidence and information that might kind of get you to, to agree with my theory, or at least, at the very least, consider it. But, anyway, so after that threat's made, we actually get Jeremiah, basically getting back his job with the DEO. He's already pretty much got everybody on his side. Everybody seems indebted to him in some way. John's indebted to him because he saved, because of the relationship they had, their friendship. Kara and Alex, that's their father, so they're looking for the best. So they get him back working at the DEO because that's what he wants to do. But whilst in the DEO, as he's accessing the DEO computers, as they're, basically trying to start him off, from the beginning, kind of, with basic things to move up. He's already breaking into the DEO computer system, and, he's caught by Wynn because Wynn and Mon-el have agreed to kind of, keep a lookout on him, make sure everything's all right. So he's breaking into he's breaking into the system, and basically he's caught. He's pretty much caught, and he makes this excuse about hey, I just want to get this information on my daughters from so many years back, and these things that just don't add up, things that just don't add up and things like that. And so basically Wynn is able to go through the records and finally find out that Jeremiah is in fact working with Cadmus. And so as he found out that he's trying to build this bomb and things like that. And one way they're able to find out too is John can't read Jeremiah's mind. So he knows something is wrong. He knows something's being hidden, and there shouldn't be a reason why he can't read his mind. So pretty much the gig is up, and we're thinking John's going to be able to take Jeremiah down, but Jeremiah proves to be to take down Jeremiah. We find out he has a cybernetic limb, and he's very strong, and he basically, fights his way out of there. They're in pursuit of him, and of course at this point, Supergirl and Alex are just devastated. They're devastated because, they're basically found out that Jeremiah is working for Cadmus, and so basically at the very end, as Jeremiah is getting away, Alex has a chance to shoot him, but he lets Alex know a few details, information, like that. He's still very much their father and loves them, and family is complicated, and these things are being done to protect them. So don't really know what that's all about, what he meant by protecting them by working with Cadmus. I do think Jeremiah is, in his mind, doing what's best for his family. But, part of why he was at the DEO, we found out that he stole files that contained the alien registry of, every alien basically on the planet Earth. And we know at Cadmus' goal is to, eliminate all aliens from, National City and the Earth. They really want to get rid of aliens and what they believe to be the alien threat. And so, we found out that from earlier episodes when Cadmus was having Kara use her heat ray vision, that they were collecting radiation to create this bomb. I'm assuming this bomb's going to be used to annihilate these aliens. And we get to see, in the final scene, we get to see basically this large, it looks like some type of spaceship or some type of device. And I'm assuming that, it's related to this bomb and how they're going to deliver the bomb, something to that degree. And so, we basically get, that Mon-el was right. Everybody's comforting everyone at the end. Maggie's comforting Alex. Kara's comforting, being comforted by Mon-el. And, just a devastating situation with Jeremiah. So I want to just get into some speculations and some theories that I think kind of hold up, from this week's episode. And one is Jeremiah seems to know who Mon-el is. Now, how he knows that information, I have no idea. I imagine he's got that information some kind of way through Cadmus. My speculation is that, as I made in earlier episodes, is that Mon-el is the Prince of Daxam, and one thing I find supports that a lot. You know, some people are still saying, well, they don't know if they believe that or not. They're not sure. But remember when we had the episode Supergirl Lives, directed by Kevin Smith, that one of the on what were these aliens' name? I forgot. But they were the same aliens that were fought by the team up with the Flash, Supergirl, and the Green Arrow, and Legends of Tomorrow. Their name escapes me at the moment, but one of those aliens bowed to Mon-el. Now, why would an alien from another race bow to Mon-el other than to show some type of respect and some type of great deal of respect for, could be for nobility or something like that. And that's why I think Mon-el, the theory that he's the Prince of Daxam, is very much the case. Now, why he's keeping that such a secret, I think it's more to that. And I don't know, it might be real bad. It could even be to the point that the Daxamites may have been somewhat responsible for the destruction of Krypton, and I'm just going out way on a limb here, but the reason I'm saying that is because at this point, I don't think it would be such a big deal to just reveal you're the Prince of Daxam, unless there's more information about, Daxam that's going to greatly affect the relationship he has with everyone at the DEO and Kara and things like that. So that's my speculation, guys. That's my theory. This was a great episode. We did get Cyborg Superman shortly in here too, working on this bomb. And, just solid episode. I like what I saw. Guys, please give me your theories and ideas about what's going on with Mon-el, and why Jeremiah Danvers did what he did. I do believe Jeremiah means to protect his children, and somehow he's been made aware of some information that by him not participating with Cadmus, that it will be, they may have, something they can do very bad to them. And as we recall too, he was saying we had an agreement with Lillian Luthor. So, great episode. I'm looking forward to see what happens next in the show. Guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.